Hi, this is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago, as usual, and I've got a fun one today. Again, I was going to take today off, but I had a couple of them come across my feed. A lot of the videos I do get sent to me by viewers, and I really appreciate that, but these two clips just came across my feed, and they were too good. I also had a fun experience. I for the first time, was recognized in public going about my daily life. Really nice guy. Hi, Sanjay. He's like, hey, are you the attorney that was on Legal Bites? That was kind of a neat experience. But today we've got some sovereign citizens, two of them. It's good stuff. Let's do it. From the secret headquarters of the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, initiating video production sequence. We are no longer playing. So let's get revved up. It's time for Law Talk with Mike.
Okay, ladies and gents, so welcome back here to another episode of Hip Hop News here, and today we're going to be covering the case involving 42 Dugg, because right here he's trying to claim that he is a sovereign citizen and that, he's exempt from federal laws. That's right. So it says here that new details...
Okay, so this is the guy. He's got a very small channel, but I'm sure it came across my feed because you can imagine my feed. I get inundated with sovereign citizen stuff. First of all, I like how this guy pronounces it sovereign. I don't know. I find it kind of charming. He's basically just reading an article about this guy, 42 Dugg, looks like with the U. I'm going to shock everybody here when I tell you I'm not familiar with 42 Dugg's work. But it's still interesting. Have
emerged from the recent arrest of 42 Dugg. Prosecutors claim the Michigan rapper filed court documents claiming he was a sovereign citizen and is exempt from federal laws. According to a report from Detroit News published on Friday, May 6, prosecutors had a hearing on Thursday, May 5, detailing the FBI investigation and explaining why they believe he was a flight risk. So I guess this means that if they convince the judge that the rapper is a flight risk, then I guess that means the rapper will likely remain in jail until his trial.
Oh, yeah, he's a flight risk, as you'll see when we go a little farther in the article here.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Barbara Lanning said in court that in April, 42 Dugg-born Dion Haynes filed documents in federal court in Georgia claiming he was exempt from federal laws as a sovereign citizen. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, sovereign citizens believe they are not under the jurisdiction of the federal government and consider themselves exempt from U.S. law. This comes after the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives had secured a warrant that allowed them to track the location of the 26-year-old rapper's cell phone and subsequently make an arrest on Wednesday after he flew to Willow Run Airport on a private jet from Memphis. Prosecutors said that Dugg was...
Okay, so... this guy, I don't know about the merits of his rapping. Apparently he's good at whatever. He's good enough that people are writing an article about him being arrested. So somebody knows him. So kudos to him. But his legal thought process isn't great. First of all, he's gone sovereign citizen, and second of all, he doesn't realize that they can track you with your cell phone. These are just not good ideas.
Arrested with $25K in cash and $100K in jewelry. Lanning also claimed the private aircraft didn't have an assigned flight number and that 42 Dugg's government name wasn't listed on the flight's passenger manifest. He's claimed more than $11 million worth of assets. He has access to a private plane with a pilot willing to fly an unnumbered flights where Mr. Hayes is not included on the flight's manifest. So I guess this means that, whenever you fly, even in a private jet, you have to register under a flight number. That's what I'm assuming. Lanning told old executive U.S. Magistrate Judge David Grant on Thursday that's not an accident, that's not a happenstance. The arrest stems from his failure to report to federal prison camp in West Virginia on April 12 after he was found guilty of illegal firearm possession and sentenced last November. He could reportedly face up to 5 years in prison for refusing to report.
All right, well, there you have it. He carries on with the article. I can't figure out what the source article is, but I put a link to his video in the description below. It's a tiny channel, and he's just going through it, but I find that interesting. As I've been doing this, I always think, well, that's the end of the sovereign citizen movement because it never works. So you think after 300-400 of these people will just say, okay, I'm not going to try it anymore. But this article is from about a month ago. and some rappers trying it. And my theory on this for most of these people is it's not a true belief, but just a desperate option of last resort. My guess is he's stone cold busted on the charges, and he just says that because it's an excuse to carry on with his life. It won't end well. And by the way, if anybody has a line on any court video involving this, prior or upcoming, I would love to cover more. I mean, all I have is this article so far, but I thought it was really interesting. It just came across my feed. So that's that. The next little clip we're going to do here, I took from Degeneration Nation. I edited it out, so I just have the clip, but I'm also putting a link to his video in the description below. It's a good video. I just wanted to give my commentary on it.
Of course, yes, I can. It's my First Amendment right.
Sir, you're not allowed to film it.
I am.
You have to have permission to film it first.
I do not.
All right, 1 DTI
I'm not contracted with you to follow any sort of rules or regulation. Since this is a civil case, who is the injured party, sir?
Mr. Mello,
Yeah. Who's the injured party?
the state of Hawaii is the injured party. Sir.
Okay, well then we're in the wrong court. Because aren't you representing the state of Hawaii?
So,
How can you be the judge of a claim brought against me by the state?
No, he's not representing the state of Hawaii. He is a judge. the prosecution, whoever that is, would be representing the people of the state of Hawaii.
State of Hawaii. That's a conflict of interest.
that's what I'm sworn
No,
to
it's not.
do, is
Well,
to
that's not okay because that's
represent
conflict
the
of interest.
Constitution of the United States.
That's not okay. I love that. Hi, this is Jack with the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, and he asked me to ask you to hit like and subscribe. He'd like some belly scratches.
And the state of Hawaii to the best of my ability, and that's what I am trying to
Well,
do.
this needs to go to federal court. If this is the state of Hawaii,
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's a civil infraction. It's properly before this judge who has proper jurisdiction.
claiming that I have
Mr. Mello,
caused damages, then
This
you
is
can't hear because you work for the state of Hawaii.
this is a civil matter. It's not a criminal matter.
Then there must be an injured party. Who are they? Where are they? I'd like to speak to them.
1 DTI 19068379. It's alleged that on April 15th, 2019, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, you did violate Hawaii Revised Statute Section 291C137 subsection A by using a mobile electronic device which is prohibited while operating a vehicle. You want to admit to this, deny this, or admit it and give me an explanation?
That does not apply to me. I heard you read it out earlier. I'm not.
Okay, what I get from that is he's driving a car while using a cell phone, which is, illegal everywhere. With minor differences in contours, but it's a standard ticket.
Even a person.
You're not
That
a
doesn't
person.
even apply to me
Okay. Tell me why it doesn't apply to you, Mr.
because
Mello.
I'm not a person.
Why is it you're not a person, sir?
I'm not an employee of a corporation. I'm not a trustee. I'm not a firm. I'm not contracted with the state of Hawaii. Just because I'm in this landmass doesn't make these laws apply to me. They're not even laws.
It sure does. It sure does. That's the absolute definition of the jurisdiction there.
They're statutes. Statutes are not laws. This is fraud.
I'm trying to follow your argument about not being a person. So what type of entity are
I don't
you?
hold the office of person.
What type of entity are you if you're not a person?
What type of entity are you? I don't hold the office of person. Okay.
I'm a man, of course.
Do you want to admit it, deny it, or admit it and give me an explanation?
Well, if this is a civil case, there must be an injured party. And I need to hear their claim against me.
Well,
How
so
else can I defend myself?
This is a civil infraction. That means that the state legislature has decided it's not a criminal matter. It is just a civil matter. There are laws that the state legislature has come up with. One of those is that you're not permitted to use a mobile electronic device while you are operating a vehicle. The officer has alleged that you were operating a vehicle while using a mobile electronic device. What I am trying to ascertain is whether you agree with that determination or disagree with that determination.
I don't understand.
What is it that you don't understand?
I don't understand anything.
Right. So
Well, that we gather. Actually, I don't believe that either. I think he understands everything completely, but it's just as usual, the usual SovCit wordplay. The judge is doing a fantastic job in a nice, calm manner.
The court is going to enter a denial in case
objection.
on Mr.
Objection.
Mello's position.
So are you finding that I'm not guilty? Is that your judicial?
No, big dummy. He's not finding that you're not guilty. He's entering a not guilty plea for you because you won't respond to the question at an arraignment.
Decision? Because if it is, then I move to dismiss this case.
The court is finding judgment for the state based on the citation. There's a $250 fine, $40
Objection.
fee, $7 driver's interest.
I did not enter a plea.
Set a trial de novo. If you
How can I enter a plea?
You didn't enter a plea. The judge entered a plea on your behalf because you were non-responsive. So you almost got one right here.
If I haven't even seen the evidence or the claims.
Mr. Mello, I'll enter a trial de novo for you.
You can't,
That way
you're
you can
practicing
come
law
back.
from the bench. You people are criminal,
Thank
and
you,
I
sir.
will never support terrorism.
Mr. Bailiff, could you please call the next case?
You don't have the authority. Only I or my attorney can enter a plea.
Oh, he has the authority. He absolutely has the authority, and he just exercised it, and it's the reasonable and correct thing to do.
Have a seat on the
You guys are guilty. You will be dealt with when the Most High sends the Messiah back. You're in big trouble.
On February 23rd, 2019.
Go ahead and go to the third floor. Get a copy.
You were parked on a bike in violation of revised ordinances of Honolulu 15-18.
They're on each side of our street. The one close to our house is the Moor.
I don't want this.
I get it. I will pay the fine because the van does encroach on that line. But I've got pictures of every day, 30 cars on both sides of the street. You can do this recording of this. You're not supposed to.
So everything that I said and did was actually spot on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was spot on. You rambled nonsense. Not guilty plea was entered in your behalf and now it's set for trial, which you will lose.
According to his requirements, his fiduciary duty, he wasn't supposed to proceed.
Fiduciary duty.
So I have the right to appeal, but ultimately the reason I even wanted to record this isn't because I think I'm going to win or anything, and even though I probably have a good
Good. And I'm glad you don't think you're going to win because you're not.
chance of doing so when I go forth with my appeal in court. Ultimately, what I wanted to show you people is that you can stand up and you're supposed to. And in this world, the Most High himself demands it. You're not supposed to comply with all of this. These people are actually terrorists.
The Most High himself, I would imagine, is some sort of religious reference, which is absolutely irrelevant here. But apparently, he's got a straight line to the Creator, and he's gonna lay it down for us.
They're the ones who are making the fourth beast of Daniel's prophecy and the kingdom spoken about in the book of Revelation come true. There, it's pawns and peons, and so are you if you comply with what they want you to do. I'll never pay them $1. I'll never pay them a damn cent. It's all fraud. So I wanted to mostly just exemplify that you can stand up to this corruption, and they're all liars, and they're not even rich pawns. The so-called Illuminati, the higher-up Freemasons and such, they're greatly rewarded for their service to Satan. These people, they make probably $100K a year and such, and they're willing to give up their soul. The Christian church will tell you, well, that's not a sin. You know, the Christian church doesn't even want you to look into things. You know, none of these Christian people are awoke. They don't.
He cites the book of Revelation and then has a problem with Christianity. Okay, this is interesting.
Don't even know the Messiah is a black man, let alone a masculine man, and that he's exclusive and strict. So they're actually part of the problem because Freemasons said.
How is this relevant? I mean, I get that you've got your own made up religion. Fine. Everyone has the right to do that, but it's not relevant here.
Up every church on earth. Mormonism, Catholicism, especially Christianity, Seventh-day Adventists even, all of them are Freemasonic installations. And the narrative is the same as the mainstream. So they're quite happy when people go to their little churches and learn their bullshit, fake doctrines. The same system that is overtaking and destroying the whole earth, the same system here that I'm in this building of, and even lawfully speaking, this building belongs to me, or us the people, not even them. They're even renting it from us. This is all fraud. And
okay, so he knows more about law than any attorney or judge, and he knows more about religion than any religious person. Okay.
you know.
Well, there you have it. 2 more sovereign citizens failing spectacularly. We've got 42 Dugg, apparently, who's a rapper, and this guy who is, I guess, he has the inside on all law and religion, and thankfully he was willing to share it with us so we can all learn something. Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens in court, and every once in a while, and completely by accident, I assure you, you might learn something. Thanks for watching.